Hospital.
Talked before on the show about the benefits of breastfeeding, but now we're talking about a really cool topic, knowing your rights while you're breastfeeding. So this is Lupe Cruz with LDS Hospital. Thanks for being here today.
And thank you for having me.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what your rights are as a breastfeeding mother.
So as a breastfeeding mother, you are allowed to breastfeed anywhere where mother and child can be.
So not just in private, in public, anywhere.
Right. Covered if you choose to, uncovered if you choose to. It doesn't really matter how much is shown. You still have that right.
Well, that's cool. I mean, that's something, I feel like Utah is a pretty easy state when it comes to that. You see it more, and you feel like it's more acceptable around, but it's interesting to know that that's actually your right. So I think this was so cool when you and I were talking about this. We were talking about, well, first of all, Utah is one of only 49 states, so there's still a couple states out there that aren't doing it, but they specifically allow women to breastfeed in any public location.
Public location, yes. Anywhere where mom and child can be.
That is so cool. Okay, what about, we're talking about on a national level, there's something called the Affordable Care Act. So that's about women breastfeeding at work and what employers have to supply. So tell everyone a little bit more about that.
Right. So part of that is that employers have to provide a private area that is not a bathroom to either express milk or breastfeed, and reasonable breaks so that you can breastfeed or express milk.
So breaks throughout the day?
Throughout your workday, yes.
I was just so interested that it wasn't a bathroom, that it was a private place that wasn't a bathroom. Because that's what I can just think of, is going, you know, finding a stall, doing something like that.
Yeah.
But how cool is that this is created? Why is it so important that Utah and all of the national legislation has been working to make it easier and more acceptable for people to be breastfeeding in public?
Well, really, it's for the health of our children, for future generations. The World Health Organization, you probably talked about this before, recommends that you breastfeed for the first, well, initiate breastfeeding the first hour of life, and then exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months, and then at least 2 years of breastfeeding with supplemental foods. And most countries go beyond that.
Well, let's talk a little bit about how that same Affordable Care Act is also requiring new private health insurance plans in all sorts of marketplaces to provide coverage specifically for breastfeeding.
Right, and for a breast pump. A lot of them, you get your breast pump, and that's covered through the insurance.
I think that's so cool. I think everyone out there, if you're a new mom, if you're not a new mom but have a new baby, and you've been wondering, needing help on breastfeeding, be sure to check out LDS Hospital's website for more information, more tips, more support in your whole journey of breastfeeding. Thank you so much, Lupe, for being here today. Okay, well, when we come back, we've got Wendy Williams still here, and this time, she's in the kitchen.